guys. I am ready to do lesson 3 for module 12, but before we start, I want to go over a little bit more of the AM and PM concept that we were talking about yesterday. And so at the end of the video, I was going to draw this picture, but I was worried that it was going to be confusing, and so I thought about it and I drew it again, and so I think it's going to be helpful. So basically I drew 24 hours in a circle, because that's when we think about time, we want to think about it as a circle, because it's happening over and over and over again. It's a cycle. So I drew midnight over on this side. I'm going to underline it because it's super important. Okay, so midnight is over here, and then noon is over on the other side. Then we have 12 hours in between midnight and noon. So here I wrote in the middle 6 o'clock. Now this is 6 o'clock a.m. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. So we have 24 hours in a day. We can start at midnight. That changes to the new day. And so then we have midnight, which is 12 o'clock at night. We're fast asleep. And then we have 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock in the morning. Now 6 o'clock is about the time that we wake up, and we have breakfast, around 7. We come to school at 8, and then we have like all our morning things until noon. So all of this time, you can see this line, all of this is AM, okay? It's after midnight and before noon. That is AM. Okay, so then at noon we have lunch, and then we start 1 o'clock again. Now this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon because it's after noon. So we have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then we're out of school. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then we have dinner. So see how we have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock over here. We also have 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock over on the other side, because we have 12 hours from midnight to noon, and then we repeat those 12 hours from noon to midnight, and that is a full day. So now I want to explain, oh wait, hold on, pause. So then 6 o'clock dinner, then 7 o'clock we're getting ready for bed, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock we're asleep in bed, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight we're asleep, and the new day has begun. So this is all PM, from noon, where we're eating lunch, and then going about the rest of our day and having dinner, then getting ready for bed and sleeping, to midnight. That is PM. Now, a lot of the questions from the math lesson and probably your homework was about, okay, well, it's light outside and it's 2 p.m. Do you know? You want to do some math with this? Okay, sit. Okay, so if we are, I lost my train of thought. Let's think. Oh, if it's 2 o'clock, it's light outside, so it must be AM because it's the morning. Well, this goes to show, I drew this out, where this side is nighttime and this side is daytime. So you see, half of the daytime is in the AM section, right? The AM is this bottom. I'm gonna use what color should I use? I'll use green again, even though it doesn't show up very well. So all of this bottom circle is AM, right? Midnight to noon, that's all AM. Now, half of the AM is in black, half of the AM is in blue, because from midnight to about 6 a.m., it's dark outside. So it would be dark, it's nighttime. But that doesn't mean, just because it's 2 o'clock in after midnight and it's dark, it's not PM just because it's dark. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. we can't say AM because it's light and PM because it's dark. We have to change our way of thinking. We have to say, no, it's AM because it's after midnight and before noon. And then we could say it's PM because it's afternoon and before midnight. So same goes for the PM side. Look at the PM. The top half of the circle. Half of the circle is in blue and the other half is in black, because after lunch it's PM, but it's still light outside, right? 1, 2, the sun sets, around 6, even later now, because it's getting warmer. So the sun will set around 7. It's still PM until midnight. So basically what I'm trying to say is that we can't say it's AM or PM based on how light it is outside. Okay, so get that out of your brain. We say that it's AM or PM based on if it's after midnight or afternoon. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I did the best drawing I could of the moon and the sun. So I hope this is a good visual for you. Maybe a fun thing to do would be to draw your own kind of 24 hours like this and kind of map it out like I did, and then email it to me or send it to me on Class Dojo. And I would love to see what you came up with, because this would be a really good assessment, because this would show me that you understand AM and PM really well. So maybe try and do that if you can, if you have time. And I would love to see what you come up with. So